Hey y'all, we'll get started here in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We need to talk, okay? We seriously need to talk. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, a very pleasant good morning to you, everyone. Hey, Beth, good morning to you, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast here today. We've got an activation of a courtesy alert to talk about. We've got some Amber Alerts that we need to make you all keenly aware of, okay? Got a lot going on, so give me just one moment to make a camera adjustment, and then we'll get started. Hey, Robin, y'all stay right there. Here we go. All right. Well, a very pleasant good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, my name is Pastor Charles Williams, and I'm the founder and the creator of the concept known and used all over the world today as the Amber Alert here in the United States of America, Amber Alert EU throughout all of Europe, and the Child Rescue Alert in other parts of the world. This is the activation of a courtesy alert and updates on outstanding Amber Alerts that we need to talk about. Okay? Let's go to work. First of all, before we get started into today's broadcast, many of you wonder what's the deal with the flag back here, okay? The flag of South Africa. Those of y'all on Periscope may not be aware, but as of the last few days, okay, within the last few days, we want to welcome the South African nation, the nation of South Africa, all right, to the Amber Alert family. All right, that's right. Amber Alerts, the Amber Alert concept is now being used in South Africa. Okay, and I am so excited about that because I have a lot of friends over in South Africa, and it just does my heart very, very glad to see that South Africa is now in the family fold of the Amber Alert concept. Well, with that being said, and you know what, I'm already hearing from people from South Africa right now. I'm already hearing from people. Many have asked to join our groups and everything, and so we are just excited to be partners with those over in South Africa. Next thing we need to talk about is what's going on in Nashville right now. This little tyke right here. This is 16-year-old, let me get out of the way here so you can see here, 16-year-old Jawan Pierce, 16 years old, okay? I got this information last evening from some friends of this family, and I've reached out to the mother, and this is what a lot of people don't realize. When an alert is being issued, okay, this is not an Amber Alert, but this is the activation of a courtesy alert, okay, for Jawan Pierce. What a lot of people do not understand when we issue these alerts is a lot of times I have the wherewithal, I have the availability and everything to get the message out about their missing loved one. I do, okay? But when I called his mom just a little bit ago, you know, the reality sinks in. And the reality is this. Her child might be missing, but she still got to go to work today. Bills still got to get paid, okay? House notes still got to get paid. Car still got to get paid. My parents have still got to go to work, even with the heartache, even with the heaviness of her child missing. And I left her a message. I shared with her that I was going to get this information out about her 16-year-old son who's missing in Nashville, Tennessee. This is him right here over our shoulder. This is 16-year-old Jawan Pierce. He's missing from Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, we do not have a confirmation of an abduction of any type in this case, but what we do have confirmation on is that 16-year-old Jawan is missing. Okay, and so we're asking anyone who has any information to please contact the Nashville, Tennessee Police Department at area code 615-862-8600. Again, that's area code 615-862-8600. Again, this is the activation of a courtesy alert for 16-year-old Jawan Pierce, missing out of Nashville, Tennessee. And again, just put yourself in the place of those parents, okay? That's got to be a hard thing to, and I've been there. I have been there, okay? But you have to go to work and your child is missing. Trying to concentrate on doing your work is really going to be a challenge, but you got to do it because this is how the family eats, okay? So we're doing this for Jawan's mother, getting this information out there, okay, while she tries to keep the family together. I get it. I've been there, done that. Okay, let's talk about some outstanding Amber Alerts, okay? Something is really, really troubling me about several of these outstanding Amber Alerts, okay? Here's this one right here, okay? Orso Rico, out of Roswell, New Mexico. Vanessa Morales, out of Ansonia, Connecticut. Mother was killed, child abducted. Dolce Alvarez, snatched from a community park while her mother sat in the car with another child. That child, and then there's this child, Andrew Cabriello. All of these children, what do they have in common that is so disturbing? Okay, what do they have in common? I'll tell you. They are all Latino, and they have all been missing now for months, except for this little baby, this little 1-week-old baby. The case of Dolce Alvarez, Dolce has been missing since mid-September, okay? The case of Vanessa, let me pull up Dolce up here right quick, okay? Dolce Alvarez, pull up her card here. Dolce, this is 5-year-old Dolce Alvarez. Despite flooding social media, mainstream media, despite authorities telling the community that, hey, look, if you're worried about your immigration status, don't worry about that, okay? They got your back on that. Despite rewards being issued, this little girl right here, okay? This little girl right here, who was taken from a park in Bridgeton, New Jersey, while her mother sat in the car. The mother was sitting in the car. She let her 2 children go and play. She didn't send her to go play by herself. They went in pairs. She let her 2 children go and play in the park after school. And what happened? We don't know. The other child, the remaining child, came back crying, saying to the, telling the mom that somebody took Dolce. Somebody took Dolce. And that's all we know. That's all we know at this time, okay? So, again, we're asking everyone to please, one, don't stop sharing this information, okay? Don't stop sharing the information about Doechii Alves out of Bridgeton, New Jersey. Why? Because she is still missing. Let's pull up another child. Let's talk about Vanessa, okay? Pull up Vanessa's paperwork here. This is 1-year-old Vanessa Morales, okay? 1-year-old Vanessa Morales. The story behind Vanessa is that Vanessa was abducted after her mother was murdered in Ansonia, Connecticut. Authorities issued a nationwide Amber Alert the day after this girl went missing, and she is still missing. She has been missing now since November 29th. Just over, what's that, November, December, January? Just over 2 months. And here's another Latino child who is missing. Okay? Now listen, I'm going to say this, and I don't want anybody to take offense to this, okay? When it's a little Caucasian child that goes missing, I mean, everybody gets on the bandwagon and we get that information out and everybody is busy sharing. But it seems like, I've never seen a time, and I was reviewing all of this morning, I have never seen a time where, as far as outstanding Amber Alerts, that there were 4 outstanding Amber Alerts, and they were all Latino. Okay? All these little kids are Hispanic in nature. One has to pause and think, does immigration play a part in people not wanting to get involved in finding the little Hispanic little children? This is why I am beckoning for our partners, Telemundo and the other Latino networks. We need you all, look at me, we need you all to step up, okay, step up and reshare and redistribute this information like everyone else is doing, okay? These are your little children. These are your little Latino faces that are missing. And I'm putting this appeal out there right now because, again, I've never seen a time that there were 4 outstanding Amber Alerts and they were all of Latino nationality. There's something to be said about this, y'all. There really is. Let me go on. Let me keep going. The next little child here, again, of Latino in nature. Let me pull him up here. Okay, this is 3-year-old Orcio Rico. 3-year-old Orcio Rico. Again, went missing, has been missing since January 5th. Just a few months ago. I'm sorry, just almost a month now that he's been missing. Why aren't these little Latino children being found? And even more so, why isn't anyone else raising the alarm that all of these children that are listed as outstanding Amber Alerts right now are all Latino little children? I guarantee you, if they were all white little children, there'd be an outcry. I mean, listen here. I mean, it would take up space on mainstream media. It would even move some of the impeachment stuff out of the way. If these were 4 little black children that were missing, I'm telling you, they'd be fussing and fighting and saying, why isn't an Amber Alert being done? Why haven't these children been found? I don't know why these children haven't been found. I don't. But what I do know is that we won't stop looking. Authorities are looking for many of these children over in Mexico, just in case an adult took them and made a beeline to Mexico. Authorities over there are looking for them too. But at the end of the day, these children are still missing. This is 3-year-old Orso Rico, missing since January 5th, 2020, out of Roswell, New Mexico. He is Hispanic in nature, brown hair, brown eyes. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of little Orso Rico out of Roswell, New Mexico, you're being asked to call area code 575-624-6770. Again, that's 575-624-6770. Let's go back to Vanessa Morales, okay? Vanessa Morales. Again, her mother was killed in the process of her abduction. Get it? I want you to get this. The mother was killed, the child was abducted, and she is still missing this very hour out of Ansonia, Connecticut. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 1-year-old Vanessa Morales, you're still being asked to call area code 203-735-1885. Vanessa, she's 1 year old. She's white Hispanic. Her hair and eyes both color brown. And at the time of her abduction, authorities believe that she was 17 pounds at that time. Now, that's been since November 29th, almost a month. Where are these babies? We're living in a culture where, sadly to say, this past year, more children than ever were found in landfills, trash bags, tossed out like they were a piece of trash. Okay? But I hope that's not the fate with these children, as we are committed to still looking and searching for these babies. Okay? That's Vanessa Morales. Go back to Dolce Alves. Go back to Dolce. Yeah, Dolce Alves, okay? This little girl is 5 years old. She's been missing since September the 16th, okay? Missing since September the 16th. She's 5 years of age, Hispanic, black hair, brown eyes, 40 pounds. Last seen, she was in a park, snatched from a park. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 5-year-old Dolce Alves, the number to call is area code 856-451-0033. Listen, y'all, authorities need our help, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. Because the law enforcement, you have to understand, there are some towns that have larger law enforcement to do searches than others. Say, for instance, I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, which is the main city, the capital here in Columbus. Columbus has a sizable police force. Anything goes on here, they have a dedicated task force, okay, to help find that particular child. But if you go 30, 40 miles up the street to Lancaster or someplace that has only a fraction of the police manpower that some of the other bigger cities have, they can't do what some of these other cities can do. So this is why the state has come in and do a number of other things. But again, this is what we're working with. And then when you deal with the juvenile system, the court system, I have been there. I have sit in on some court proceedings. I meet with judges every Tuesday morning. And you would be surprised at how swamped the court systems are concerning juveniles. Okay? So when police say that they need the community's involvement and they need the community's help, I mean, you have to understand the whole scope, the big picture of what it is that they are saying. Because literally, the system is spiraling out of control, really. And I'm going to tell you, if babies like this child right here, if babies like this little girl right here are going to be found, she's going to be found because people like you and like me took the challenge to help find these children for these parents. I don't fault the parents, okay? Most of these homes, a lot of these homes I have been in, okay? And a lot of these homes, sad to say, a lot of these children are missing from broken homes, okay? The mother may be in front of the cameras. That's only because the mother and the father are separated or divorced or something. And, you know, when we step up to do something like this, I am mindful of the fact that we're stepping up for the absentee father who should have been there. But because he's not there, we can't do anything about that now, but we can stand up and be a voice and help these single parents search for their children via social media and other forms, okay? So that's why this is so important. Really, you could call this neighbors helping neighbors, friends helping friends, or however you want to call it. But I'm telling you, folks, if these children are going to be found, it's going to be because people on social media got busy sharing this information. I'm doing my part by producing the broadcast on this and other formats, okay? But we need people like you and like Linda and like Robin and like Beth to get busy and to share these broadcasts. You don't know where your share is going to go, Robin, okay? But it may very well hit somebody in their hip pocket that knows something about these cases. This last child, Robin's been asking me about this child. Here's the last one. Little Andrew Cabello, I believe is the pronouncing of the last name. I'm not very good with that. But this little child out of Georgia, this little child out of Florida, Miami-Dade, Florida. I apologize. Tragic situation. 3 females associated with this child were killed by the suspect. Shot and killed by the suspect. The suspect then bolted with this child, okay? He then bolted with this child, and this child has not been seen from or heard from since. Now, here's what I need to tell you. The suspect was found later that day that the Amber Alert was issued. The suspect was found later that day, that afternoon. They found him deceased. And authorities have no clue as to where this child is out of Miami-Dade, Florida. Now, this is important. This is significant because as I share with y'all, I have some of the best viewers. Okay, I have some of the most educated viewers that I think anybody could ever ask for. But here's the thing. The thing that I want to remind you all about the importance of your participation is that the reason that we do these broadcasts is to, number one, heighten the awareness. Number two, help flood social media quickly so that authorities can find the suspect and the child. But in this case, authorities found the suspect deceased. That is the worst possible scenario that could ever happen when it comes to an Amber Alert, is that we find the deceased we find the suspect deceased before we find the child. You know, same thing happened in Washington, D.C. with the child up there. There was a young lady who went missing, and they issued an Amber Alert and everything, and they found the suspect deceased. And can I tell you, we're going on almost 4 years later, and they still haven't found their child. So it is vitally important, okay? It is vitally important that when an Amber Alert or any other alert is issued, we are desperately trying to find that suspect and that child. We love to find the child before we find the suspect. But if it happens the other way, that they find the suspect deceased, it puts Florida authorities right where they are right now, no closer to finding this child than the day that child went missing. So that's the update, Beth. Beth says they say the blonde woman was an onlooker, but I think she may have the baby. Well, we're going to find out. Isn't it interesting that 3 women were killed? The suspect then killed himself, according to authorities, and the child is still missing. We're going to keep searching. We're going to keep sharing the information as it becomes available. But I wanted to come in and just raise this awareness, is that the 4 children that there are currently outstanding Amber Alerts for, that are on what I call the big board, they are all Latino. Okay? And we need, okay. Robin says there was a woman in the car. Here's the thing. The suspect was a well-to-do individual. He owned a children's bus transport agency. He had several buses on his property and other vehicles on his property. Well-to-do. The home that these murders took place in was a beautiful home, immaculate home, well-to-do home. Something drastically went wrong, and I don't know what caused that man to snap. Don't know what caused that man to kill 3 women before he was then killed. But something desperately went wrong. Little Andrew is still missing. That's the update here. He is still missing, and we need everyone to continue to share the previous broadcast, and you can continue to share this broadcast. Andrew, he is 1 week old. Let's see, as of today, Andrew is probably 2 weeks and a day old, I think. Okay? 2 weeks and a day old. He is a white Hispanic. He's a white Hispanic male, bald head, black eyes, 20 inches long, 7 pounds. Last seen in the 21,900 block of Southwest 187th Street in the Miami-Dade, Florida area. If you have any information concerning this little child, you got to know this little child has needs, okay? This little child has needs right now. But anyone having any information concerning this child, you're being asked to call area code 305-471-2400. Again, that's area code 305-471-2400. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us here on this afternoon. Hey, listen, don't forget, the premiere episode of Missing and Not Forgotten is this Thursday, 7:30. You can go to Yates TV. That's YATES. Let me pull this up here, okay? I got it somewhere on here. It's at Yates. Here we go. Okay, this is coming up in just a few days. Those of y'all on Periscope, listen, people have been asking, how can I watch the broadcast? You really want to watch this broadcast, okay? I have poured hours and hours into these productions. And you don't want to miss it. I can't give it away. Nothing's going to be shared until the broadcast airs, okay? But you don't want to miss it. You can watch it by going to Yates, Y-A-T-E-S TV. That's YatesTV.com, okay? YatesTV.com. They also have a presence on Facebook. It's Yates TV. Go there, like the page, and when the broadcast airs, you'll be notified. Also, you can download the app, the Yates TV app, from your Google Play Store, and should be available also in your Apple Store as well. That's Y-A-T-E-S, Yates TV app there. Share. I want you to share it. Tell your family about it. Tell your friends about it. I'm glad to be coming in on the bottom floor of this. But listen, some people do this kind of thing for money. I don't do it for money. I didn't sign on to do it for money. Okay? I do this because I genuinely care about America's children. I do now, and I have for the last 24 years. I've been the AMBERAlert founder for 24 years now, and I've never taken a dime for, doing these type of broadcasts and so forth. And there are many people who cannot say that. There are some people who get six-figure salaries, and I'm aware of that. Some people get six-figure salaries and don't do nowhere near the work that I do. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. Because it's not just what I do, but rather it's who I am. I'm the AMBERAlert founder. Okay? I'm not trying to build something so that somebody can support me or sponsor me. I'm not trying to do that. That's not what I'm in this for. Okay? I'm in this to help a family like I reached out to before this broadcast in Tennessee. I'm in this to help that mother who's got to go to work with a heavy heart that her child is missing. That's why I do what I do. Okay? All that other stuff, that's not about me. Okay? But this is about me. When a mother calls me and says, I saw you on social media, and I believe you can help me find my child. Okay? Everything else goes out the window, and she becomes priority one. Okay? Not worried about a show, not worried about a production, not anything. Okay? I'll stop everything in order to find a child. Okay? In the media, in mainstream media, they have things that they want to know, what's trending? What's really hot in mainstream media? Well, in mainstream media, politics is hot right now. But you know what number 2 is in mainstream media and in newsrooms across the country? What's really hot besides politics is missing children. And some people are going to try to build their ratings over that. This is ratings month. This is sweeps month. And don't be surprised what you hear. Okay? Makes me wonder. I'm saying, where were y'all at when these kids went missing months ago? I was here sounding the alarm months ago when these children first went missing. I don't do it for a rating. I do it because I genuinely care about these children. And I hope that projects across these airways, because that's why we're here. Okay? All right. That being said, thank you very much. And I will bring you all up to date once I get any new information on any of these cases. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Beth. Thank all of y'all on Periscope. Thank you. Hey, $7 in the house. Hey, girl. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And again, thank all of you for watching. If you have not yet got our book, now listen, okay, I just said I don't do it for the money, but listen, publication of these books were not free, okay? If you want to know the truth about the AMBERAlert, how it actually got started, what it was. People oftentimes ask me, what was it you did that created the Amber Alert? It's in the book. If I tell you about it, you won't buy the book, okay? That's what my publishers tell me to say, okay? If I tell you about everything, you won't buy the book. So you have to buy the book to find out what it was that I did that created the Amber Alert. And I am humbly grateful for God using me to create this thing called the Amber Alert. And we end like we came in. You can get it. You can email me at rsprings32@gmail.com. I'll send you an autographed copy. Okay, $20. Okay, I'll send you an autographed copy. I'll send you a link as to where to send it to. But you can email me at rsprings32@gmail.com. All right, that being said, again, we want to welcome our new international followers of the Amber Alert concept. Those of you watching from South Africa, welcome to the family of the Amber Alert concept. I've heard from many of y'all already. Join our groups and send us a friend request. We'll be glad to join, put you in our groups and everything, and we welcome you, and we can further educate you on how the Amber Alert works and how South Africans can get involved in sharing and helping to find the one child at a time, the one missing or abducted child there in South Africa. I am just over the moon about that. Okay? God bless. We love you now. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye now. And we're out on Periscope. And we're out on Facebook.